In this video, I'm gonna show you the 4-step process to check any single product on Amazon so that you can determine if it's profitable, how well it sells, what your competition is like, and if you can even sell the product. What's going on? My name is Mike Sieben. Welcome back to another video. At Marketplace Superheroes, we have a mission to help 100,000 people begin their Amazon journeys part or full time. And we are not going to stop until we get there. In this one video, I'm going to explain to you the 4-step process that I created with a catchy little acronym that's going to help you to determine if the products that you're looking at from your suppliers are worth moving forward with or not. So this simple method I've dubbed the KISS method. So KISS is a 4-letter acronym. It's not the one that you're probably thinking of. What KISS stands for is Keepa, income, sales, and signals. And if we look at these 4 different elements, this is going to tell us exactly what we're going to need to look at. And it's going to give us a go or no go situation to each of these different things to know if we're looking at the right products. Let's dive into a product example. So in order to do this method, we're actually going to need just 2 pieces of software. We're going to then need the buy cost of our item, and we're going to need a product to look at. And the pieces of software that you need is a software called Hero Launchpad. You can get a copy by going to herolaunchpad.com, and you're going to want to choose the Hero Wholesale Bundle. Alternatively, you can also use a software like RevSeller or AZ Insight. There's many out there. Hero Launchpad is my absolute favorite. And you're also going to need a software called Keepa, one of the most important softwares that we use as Amazon sellers. And so the very first thing that we do is we think about what our acronym is, KISS. And so number 1 is Keepa. So what we need to do is whenever we go to a product, we're going to scroll right down to those Keepa charts. And I'm going to walk you through very quickly what the different Keepa charts are, what they mean, and ultimately how to use them. So as you can see, there's 3 different charts here, and there's a whole lot of information. So the first chart, and arguably the most important chart, is going to show us both our sales price and our BSR or best sellers rank. And that rank essentially tells us how well an item is selling. The lower the rank, the better it sells. Okay. And so what we need to do is we need to determine who's selling this product and roughly at what price point that they're selling it, historically speaking. And so if we look at our first graph, as we scroll around, we can see here different price points. And that pink line that we're looking at is the buy box price. Okay, so as we're scrolling, we can see on average that this product is sold for around, if we zoom in just a little bit, around that 49, and more recently over the last couple of months, 62, even upwards of $70. Now that we know that, we can go to our second graph, which is mostly going to help give us a rough range published by Amazon of our monthly units sold. So as you can see, on average, this would sell maybe 500 to 700 units per month. Closer back about December coming into January, we were upwards of 2,000 units sold as we moved into the Christmas time. And this is a toy product, so that totally makes sense. The last graph is simply showing us how many offers this product has, also known as sellers. So the more offers it has, the more competition you have. And what we're mostly paying attention to is the fact that we have multiple sellers and that this is a proven product. So number 1 is Keepa, and what we're looking to do here is make sure that there are multiple sellers on the listing consistently. And then we also want to get an idea of what our price point is. And so now we know we're going to be selling anywhere in and around the $50 range on average. And during busy times, we can even sell it for upwards of $70. The next thing that we need to keep in mind is income. So here on Hero Launchpad, this is going to help us to understand how much money we can actually make with this item. And so next thing you're going to need is your buy price, right? How much is your supplier offering this to you at? And then we're going to need to estimate our shipping and prep costs. So estimating those costs and figuring out what that value is going to be out of the scope of this video. But once you have your all-in landed price or approximate price, we can figure out by just putting in the COGS or cost of goods sold area, our number. Let's say it was $30, and that'll spit out instantly based on the Amazon fee, the selling price, and what you inputted as your COGS, what our net profit is. So if we were selling this for $60, which is what it's selling at right this instant, it cost us $30, we'd be making a profit of $7.96, which is 13% profit margin or a 26% return on our investment. Okay, and so what we want to do is we want to make sure that our price point is close to the average of what this product's selling for. And we saw that we were selling for about $50 and on the high end, even $70. So if we estimate roughly on average around $60, that makes a lot of sense. And so we know that if we had to buy this for $30, including shipping and prep fees, we'd make about a 13% profit margin. So that satisfies our income. Next, we're going to be taking a look at signals. It's right below, also known as alerts in Hero Launchpad. And there's 4 key things that we want to pay attention to. We want to take a look at our IP analysis. In other words, the likelihood that a brand or an authorized seller is going to launch IP or account health claims. And this software can help you to determine if that issue has been a problem in the past. And so it's not been a problem for this specific product, so we're okay there. Next, it checks, is this product meltable? Amazon.com has a policy between April and October. If you're selling meltable products, you cannot send them into Amazon's warehouses. So things like candles, chocolate, gummies, etc. cannot be sent between April 15th and October 15th on any given year. So this product is not meltable. Obviously, it's a toy, so we're good there. Hazmat or dangerous goods, anything like flammables, aerosols, etc., have to be sent to specific fulfillment centers and need to be dealt with differently. So this is, again, not a hazmat product, so we're okay there. And then eligibility. Will Amazon let us sell this product? Or are we gated or need permission in order to sell this product? And so here it says sell. And if you hover over, it says you can sell. So it means our account, because it's hooked up to Hero Launchpad, is eligible to sell this Nerf Fortnite blaster gun. So that's our signals. And then lastly, we need to pay attention to sales. How many sales of this product can we expect to make? And so if we scroll up to the top, this software is actually going to tell us the estimated sales that we can expect to make if we're sourcing this item today. And so it's estimating 1,311 units of sales that happen on this total listing. Now we have to remember though, we're going to have competition. Other people are going to be selling this product. And so we can't just say 1,300 sales, we're going to get all of them. Let me order, 1,000 units. We're going to be sharing those sales with other sellers on the listing. And so we need to consider that. We need to look at who else is selling and how many sales are we going to actually have to share. And so in order to do that, we scroll all the way to the bottom to an area called offers. And in this offers section, it shows us all the people currently selling it, what type of seller they are, FBM or FBA, how many stock inventory they have, right? How many units they have and what price they're currently selling at. General rule of thumb, you want to be within about 2 to 3% of the lowest price or the buy box price. And so as we can see here, we have one seller that's currently selling at the $60 price point. They're an FBM seller. And then we also have one seller at $63.99. Every other seller above and beyond that is actually over $70. And so if I were to look at this item and say, all right, I'm definitely going to be sharing with this 810 trade random third-party seller. And then maybe I'm sharing with this multi-shots as well. Although that would be over a 5, maybe 6% increase. I would likely only consider this 810 trade as being competition. So in that instance, we would take our total sales, 1,311. We would divide it by the amount of competitive sellers plus ourselves. So in this instance, we actually only have one competitive seller. Plus ourselves would be 2. So 1,311, divide that by 2. we could actually potentially do 655 sales in a month of this item. My recommendation and who I am as a business operator, I would recommend testing at safe levels first. And if all checks out, send more inventory down the line or purchase more if you're able to do so. And so I would probably buy maybe 1, 2, maximum 300 units of this item, send that into Amazon, see how it sells, and then ultimately go back to my supplier if I can to order more. I always like to be a little more conservative with what I look at. So very simply, we went through with the 4-step KISS method. We've looked at our Keepa charts and determined what price point we're going to be selling at and that there are multiple sellers. We looked at our income and we did some estimations there. We looked at all of our alerts or our signals to make sure that we could actually sell these products and we'd run into no hiccups or issues. And then we figured out how many sales we can make. And so at every step of this 4-step process, it gives us an opportunity that if we do not pass or move on to the next section or it fails, then we're going to stop our product research and move on to the next product. The beautiful thing about this is you don't need to do all 4 steps, thus saving you time. So you're only going to be doing the research on products that are actually more likely to move forward. And so if I were to go in and I check out my Keepa, I like what I see there. I check out my income, but it's not a profitable product for me. I can actually move on to other products and get them quicker rather than going through that entire 4-step process. And we've even packaged in a nice, easy to remember acronym with the KISS method. That's it for this video. We'll see you on the next one.